Thanks for joining me here today to learn some more about the updates we have coming to our overall hardware platform. Before we get into the exact announcements, what I'd like to do is cover the tenets and the overall strategy we use for how we roll out new hardware updates within OCI. And this really focuses on three main factors. One is the overall maximum flexibility, the second is highest performance, and the third is the absolute best price performance. What you can see here is a bunch of the firsts that we've achieved in OCI working towards those goals. So for example, we're the first cloud provider to offer pervasive bare metal, flexible virtual machines, and containers across our hardware portfolio. We also offer extremely flexible block storage, unlike any other cloud provider. The same thing, we went and created our industry-first cluster networking in the cloud that offers extremely low latency, less than 2 microseconds latency, across a large cluster of compute nodes. And we offer that for our HPC offering, as well as of today, for other offerings as well. We also offer the absolute best, highest per core performance, while at the same time offering the best price performance across all of our compute shapes. And the same thing is true for our overall GPU offerings. We offer bare metal, we offer virtual machines, and we have the absolute best, highest performing GPU offering available anywhere in the cloud. That's a little bit about how we've gotten here up to this point. But now let's talk a little bit about where we're going, both within OCI as well as in the industry. So the first thing I want to talk about is our next generation of high-performance computing shapes. We've been working very closely with Intel. So in the past, we have invested heavily in our current generation of high-performance computing. We offer extremely high-frequency CPUs. We offer very low latency RDMA cluster network, as I discussed previously. We're now coming out with the next generation of that. This will be available in the first half of 2021, and we're expanding that offering. So now we will have extremely fast local SSD storage for checkpointing of MPI workloads. We're going to be offering approximately 30% better performance compared to our current generation of HPC offering. And again, we'll have that extremely high performance overall cluster networking. To hear more about what we've been doing with Intel in general, we talked to Bob Swan, CEO of Intel, earlier, and got his perspective on where we're at with Oracle and what's going on in the industry with Intel.
At Intel, we're focused on helping customers truly unleash the potential of data. The integration of Intel's technologies across Oracle Cloud and engineered systems is at an extension of our long-term partnership at every layer of hardware and software development. Our 25+ years of continuous innovation and deep co-engineering with Oracle has sought to create innovative, scalable, and secure enterprise-class solutions. Last year, we announced that Oracle's Exadata X8M would incorporate Intel Optane persistent memory, or as Larry referred to it, the magic behind the performance. And Oracle's customers have experienced the magic in the form of 10 times faster analytics and 2.5 times more throughput. We worked with Oracle to win a deal with Nissan for migrating its on-prem high-performance computing workloads to Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Today's high-performance computing workloads require an increasing amount of computing power, and the demand for high performance and cost savings continues to grow. Now, Nissan can run performance-intensive HPC jobs on demand instead of having to buy fixed on-premises capacity. Oracle's industry-first bare metal offering combined Intel's highly optimized Xeon Silicon, allows Oracle applications to handle far more users, operate on a larger active data sets, and respond in real time to complex queries. We're eager to see the innovation and performance that Oracle HPC Cloud will bring to customers. With our 3rd gen Xeon Scalable 10nm Ice Lake CPUs and other improvements in Oracle's new instances, performance gains could be up to 30% on certain workloads, such as crash simulations. Oracle's breadth of enterprise-class offerings based on Intel technologies allow customers to analyze data with endless possibilities, paramount to success in this data-centric world. Intel and Oracle both strive to give customers the very best in flexibility, performance, and cost savings. Our shared obsession with customer value is in our DNA, and I look forward to extending our long history of innovation and collaboration.
We're also doing a lot with other architectures beyond x86. So we've been working very closely with a company called Ampere, a startup in the ARM server space. I view them as not just a provider for us, they're also a partner. We've been working very closely on the design and the implementation of their next generation of hardware chip, as well as the optimization of different software stacks to make sure they run incredibly well on the ARM platform. We're coming out with our first ever ARM server processor offering in OCI, powered by Ampere Ultra processors. This is an 80-core CPU, which we're sticking a couple of those in a server so we can have 160 cores of ARM performance at 3.3 gigahertz max, with a terabyte of memory and a massive amount of network bandwidth. With that, we believe that for a huge number of workloads, ARM with Ampere Ultra is going to be the overall price performance leader anywhere in the industry. And to talk more about that, I sat down with Renee James, CEO of Ampere, earlier this week, and we discussed what we've been doing with ARM, what we've been doing with Ampere, and how that's going to change the industry in the future. Well, I'm here with Renee James from Ampere. I'm very excited to have her with us. We've been working together very closely on the design of our latest offering, our first offering as an ARM server chip. So Renee, I know you guys have been working on this for a long time. What made you guys decide to get into the ARM server chip business?
We really had an ambition about building what we think comes next, very focused on cloud software, not enterprise, not legacy, not backward looking. And it just happened that ARM was the furthest along architecture for us to use.
That makes complete sense. So you guys have done an amazing job of creating this new 80-core part. We're sticking a couple of those into our new server, so we have 160 cores in a single server, and we're launching that early in 2021. Because of the work that you guys have done and the density you've created, we can also offer that at a very attractive low price. But what other motivators besides just price and performance do you see when you talk to customers that are interested in these CPUs?
I think there's a couple of things that people are excited about. I think that the 80-core approach with the single core per instantiation, if you will, allows for a level of isolation and security that people are excited about. It also allows for a level of density and scalability that's really oriented around how people sell cloud instances today. You know that we have UltraMax coming, which is a 128-core version that also is drop-in compatible with the first version of Ultra, that's 80 cores. So we believe we can offer better security, higher performance, and really great value for not only yourself, but your customers.
More than just being a general purpose CPU, I think with the progress that ARM is having on the server side and also on the desktop side, right? If you go back a few years ago, everyone talked about these things in the server, but no one really did them. And now with the work that, say, AWS has done with Graviton and Graviton 2, but I think even more importantly, the direction that Apple's taking by choosing to put ARM as an offering in their new laptop lineup, I think the demand for server-side ARM computing is going to be astronomical. How do you think that typical developers should be thinking about this, right? How should kind of most companies be thinking about how to capitalize on this opportunity for ARM on the server?
I think it's a great question. We know that the ARM community of developers is significantly larger based on the device ecosystem, the phone ecosystem, edge, and other emerging devices that are built on ARM or becoming smart devices because of embedded ARM. And what this allows is for developers to come to the OCI cloud and be able to either move their apps, develop new apps, and very quickly get to market with something that can serve to all of those devices and emerging opportunities.
I am so excited by the opportunity this presents to pretty much all developers around the world. Well, thank you, Renee. I really appreciate the work that you've been able to do with you on Ampere Ultra. I'm excited for our launch early in 2021, and I'm even more excited for the upcoming developments that you guys are going to continue to put out. I've seen some of the behind the scenes roadmap stuff, and it's a very exciting time ahead.
We're really excited about your cloud and excited about the product. So thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Bye.
Bye.
We've been working very closely with AMD as well. So if you go back a couple of years, we launched our E2 line of AMD offering, which at the time was by far our absolute best price performance winner. And then earlier this year, we launched our E3 line, which is based on AMD Rome processors. And not only did we launch that with AMD, we also made that our first platform that supported our overall flexible compute offering, which gives us complete flexibility in how customers can choose their CPU and their RAM requirements. We've been working closely again with AMD, and later in the first half of 2021, we're going to be launching our next generation of AMD offering that's going to have significantly improved performance over what we're doing today with E3. Here's Lisa Su, CEO of AMD, to share more with what's going on with AMD and the industry in general.
I'm really happy to join all of you today. At AMD, our mission is to develop high-performance computing products to solve some of the world's toughest challenges. This is really the basis of our multi-year collaboration between AMD and Oracle, spanning hardware, software, and solutions, with strong joint focus on the performance optimization of every element of the stack. Together, we've delivered a number of innovations with Oracle based on AMD EPYC processors. The largest bare metal instance offering in the public cloud. The first instances to support Oracle's flexible instance type, and instances that more than double peak Java performance. Our industry-leading performance of second-gen AMD EPYC-based E3 instances translates to a compelling TCO advantage for enterprise and HPC customers. And looking ahead, we're very excited about our close collaboration on the next-generation E4 OCI instance based on the third-gen AMD EPYC processor codenamed Milan. Designed for the cloud, Milan will bring unmatched computing performance and business value to power the world's most important cloud workloads and services. I want to congratulate you, Clay, and the entire Oracle team on your success in driving innovation in cloud price performance. Thanks for the great partnership.
So we've talked a bit about some of the things that are coming in early 2021, but I want to end today with something that we're very excited to be launching this month, right? In just a few days. We've been working very closely with NVIDIA to bring their latest GPU, the A100, to our platform. We didn't just kind of take this as an opportunity to evolve our GPU platform. We really wanted to go and push for a revolution. And so we have our new offering that you can support up to 8 A100 GPUs in a single box. But we've done a couple of things that are different than what many of our competitors are doing. So one thing we're doing differently is we've added local SSD storage for checkpointing of complex workloads. We've added a significant increase in the overall RAM available, up to 2 terabytes. And the reason for that is to support the ever-growing memory needs of these large machine learning models. And the third thing that we did is we've added our cluster networking capability to our GPU offering. When you combine that with the GPU Direct technology enabled by Mellanox and NVIDIA, it actually enables customers to create an extremely large cluster, up to 512 GPUs, all working together on a single model. This is a huge benefit to the customers that have these extremely large training models that they need to work on very quickly and to be able to iterate fast so that they can actually provide value to their customers. I had the opportunity to sit down earlier this week with Jensen Huang, the CEO and founder of NVIDIA, and we got to talk about the latest offering we have with NVIDIA, but we also got the opportunity to talk about the advancements that are being made in machine learning, as well as the progress that GPUs are providing for the overall industry. I'm here with Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. Thanks for coming to talk with us today, Jensen.
It's a great pleasure to be here, Clay. Congratulations on OCI and the exciting launch you guys are about to do.
Thanks. We're very excited for the launch of A100. I would love to learn a little bit more about what's going on with you guys in the data center business.
Clay, our data center business is doubling every year, and it's doubling off of really large numbers. And it's happening at a time when the type of software that's trained with AI really wants to be accelerated by GPUs. And we recognized that about 10 years ago, and we leaned into it really, really hard. And this is really what's been propelling our growth, this new type of software that's called deep learning, the big bang of AI today.
And what I'm so excited about with our most recent release of the A100 is that what we're hearing from customers is that there's a massive demand for larger and larger models. We're building on the impressive work that you guys have done.
The thing that you guys did that's going to be really helpful to enterprises around the world, by implementing a bare metal large cluster system, you could of course have parallelized GPUs on a per node basis using the NVLink that we created. But now you have NVIDIA Mellanox NICs that uses this technology called GPU Direct over RDMA that moves data around the different nodes by itself. The benefit of going fast for AI researchers is the ability to iterate on very large models to make the perfect model. I think the OCI implementation, the bare metal A100 with NVIDIA Mellanox NICs, that's really a fantastic infrastructure to offer.
Another area that I think you guys have done an amazing job with is how quickly can someone get spun up with the right tools? How quickly can they get access to the right software?
Yeah, accelerated computing is a very different type of computing model. The way that accelerated computing works, it really starts with an amazing processor, but includes the system software, the acceleration libraries, the algorithms that sits on top, and is what the industry calls domain-specific computing. Whether it's computer graphics or simulations like fluid dynamics or crash simulations or particle simulations, genomics processing to deep learning and data analytics, each requires its own domain-specific stack. We created this registry in the cloud that has all of these really complex software stacks perfectly tuned, updated, and all containerized so that all you have to do is pull it down, put it into the OCI instance, and spool up your machine. We made it possible for people to gain access to accelerated computing really cost effectively and really easily.
Now that you guys have made the largest kind of silicon chip ever, where do we go from here?
Well, we've put this technology together for the very first time, as you know. This is now a cluster scale, high performance computing platform using state-of-the-art technology with A100 and the Mellanox NICs. Now we want to put this in the hands of all the enterprise customers all over the world. We know very well now that every company is going to be in AI. And so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, we're just as excited. One of the things we're most excited about here at Oracle is we offer the full complement of services. So obviously we have the newest A100 GPUs from NVIDIA. We have, a data science platform and a big data platform to enable those enterprise customers to move their data into our cloud and then to train their machine learning models on our platform. We also have things like our digital assistant and chatbots that actually run internally on top of that same infrastructure that we then enable that functionality into our SaaS applications, things like ERP systems and HCM systems. It really is impacting every single layer of our business and all of our customers' business.
We're going to put this technology in the hands of enterprise customers all over the world. I think that is the great next adventure for us. And it's really great to do it with Oracle.
Well, Jensen, I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. I'm very excited for the work that we've done together, and I continue to be excited for the work we'll do in the future. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Clay. Great work with OCI.
We've been working very closely with many customers and partners to make our overall high-performance computing platform the best it can be. And so I'm going to take a few minutes to talk to you about a few of those. First, I want to talk about Nissan, who's been an incredible customer for us. They've worked with us very closely, and they've seen the value of our HPC platform. They've been able to take advantage of our RDMA cluster network and our extremely fast Intel CPUs to enable them to move their computational fluid dynamics workloads from on-premise and other cloud providers onto OCI.
Since 1933, Nissan seeks to provide unique and innovative automotive products and services that deliver superior and measurable value to all our stakeholders. Nissan is a leader in adopting cloud-based high-performance computing for large-scale workloads such as crash test and computational fluid dynamics simulations. Running large CFD and structural simulations requires tremendous amounts of compute power. Nissan has adopted a cloud-first strategy for its HPC platform to ensure its engineers always have the compute capacity needed to run their complex simulations. We selected Oracle Cloud Infrastructure High-Performance Compute Solutions as part of our multi-cloud strategy to meet the challenges of increased simulation demand and under the constant cost savings pressure. By moving our high-performance and latency-sensitive engineering simulation workloads to Oracle Cloud, we will be able to speed the design and the testing of new cars.
Altair is both a customer and a partner of ours. They are a massive provider of software solutions that enable customers to perform these complex simulations on top of our CPUs and GPUs in the cloud. We've worked very closely with Altair over the years, been a long-time customer and partner, and we're very excited for the opportunity for them to move their SaaS portfolio on top of OCI.
Let's say you're trying to design a car. Instead of creating a physical prototype and crashing it into a wall, what you can do is basically model this on a computer. You can look at many different iterations and you can optimize your design. When we looked at all the cloud vendors out there, we found that Oracle was very focused on HPC. Their bare metal offering, which was, I believe, the first in the industry, and had high-speed, low-latency networking, which is very important for us. First, they maintain the infrastructure, and then they also help us migrate workloads to the cloud. We did benchmark OCI versus some other infrastructures, and we found that Oracle's was better by 20% versus some of the other benchmarks.
Rescale is another partner that we've been working with very closely recently. They are able to take advantage of all of these advancements in our hardware platform to make their own HPC platform better and then translate the value of that into cost savings and higher performance to their customers.
Rescale has been on a tremendous journey over the last 8 years. The things that our customers are working on, things like supersonic transportation, autonomous vehicles, are really literally changing the world. Traditionally, this has always happened on-prem. The challenge with that is you have a large capital expenditure that goes with that, longer refresh cycles, and you have to maintain the whole thing. Pivoting to a cloud environment allows customers to get that advantage of the latest hardware, fastest interconnect speeds, and really a high-performance simulation environment. Deciding to partner with Oracle was really a simple decision. It's not just in terms of speed and scalability and manageability, it's also a price-performance benefit. With the bare metal and the virtualized capabilities that OCI brings to the table, you have not only a highly performant environment, but you have one that performs well economically as our customers are working with the Oracle infrastructure.
We're also very excited to have IdenTV and DeepZen take advantage of the latest in our GPU offerings from NVIDIA to accelerate their platform and deliver a ton more value to their customers.
At IdenTV, we focus on providing end-to-end AI solutions to transform the tsunami of big data into real-time actionable analytics. IdenTV's Video Juicer is used by sports leagues for brands and sponsorship analytics, replacing manual processes that normally take 4 weeks. This innovation allows for granular measurement of ROI while providing sales teams differentiators to retain and attract new clientele. Oracle's cloud and NVIDIA GPUs have provided us the horsepower needed to train large convolutional neural networks twice as fast compared to other cloud providers. This has provided us the ability to iterate and pass along cost savings to the tune of 60% to our customers. At IdenTV, we focus on providing AI to both technical and non-technical users. With ease of use in mind, users can customize or augment existing models without writing a single line of code. In pairing with Oracle's cloud, we're able to create the most powerful and insightful, unparalleled analytics for our clientele.
Thank you all for coming here today with me and learning about our great new announcement of our NVIDIA A100 GPUs that are available later this month, as well as the exciting new hardware offerings that we make available early in 2021. If you aren't using Oracle Cloud Infrastructure today, go to our cloud sign up page and sign up for a free trial. Until next time, thank you all for being here. Stay safe, have fun, and see you next time.